So today I did my Ultra League battles with the TheVyZx. They were great battles, just gonna let you know that. These are our teams. Zangoose is probably one of the biggest threats on his team, especially considering he knows I'm gonna be using Giratina. For good measure, I'm putting 2 pictures of my gecko in here because he's cute. So considering Zangoose is gonna be a thing in a lot of my prep, I kind of decided I'd go with these 3, specifically leading with Snorlax. Now, Snorlax is weak to close combat, so I have to be careful about that, especially if he baits with like a Night Slash, because if you use Night Slash and then close combat will do 224 damage to Snorlax. Snorlax has like 240 something HP in Ultra League, so that's a lot. So it's very important to count Shadow Claws here. One thing I did do in my practice, I didn't do too much practice, but I did some. Thank you, Kevin. I liked to wait until after the first close combat to use any moves against the Zangoose, just because then his defense would be down. Here, I didn't do that because the first one was a Night Slash, which I felt a little goofy about shielding, but I mean, the difference between a Night Slash and close combat is 1 Shadow Claw. That's really not much, so it's a really tough call. This is like great like bait moveset. Okay, so there's a close combat. So now I know that if I do hit him with anything, it'll hit harder, but then he switches to Regirock. Perhaps I'm actually not sure if I should have. I think it probably was a good idea to switch, just because now I know I have that superpower ready for Zangoose later. Although I could have hit Regirock with it now. Stone Edge does a bit of damage to Giratina, but not so much that I can't overcome it. I'm kind of hedging my bets here and guessing that Dragonite's going to be in the 3rd slot. Dragonite's another real powerhouse on his team. I do have Lapras, but like that's kind of, I guess, okay, fine, Giratina too, but I'm weak to him, so it's not like the safest counter. And Giratina I'd want to save for some of those like elemental things he has on his team, like Typhlosion and Sceptile if I can. So I shield this just because I want to keep Giratina alive a bit longer. Doesn't look like I can farm him down. See, he has another charge move ready for me. It's wild that Stone Edge is only 55 energy. That means you can like almost double stack them. Not quite, but like pretty close. And a couple lock-ons don't take very much time. Dragon Claw's not enough there, but let's see what he's going to bring out. Zangoose makes sense, considering it's got that Shadow Claw, and I don't get I really wanted to get that Dragon Claw, but I didn't. He does have a shield still, but I do the superpower anyways, just because if he has some big plan in mind and not shield it, then at least I would do a ton of damage. Now he didn't, but it's okay. This is probably a Night Slash. And then I still haven't seen his 3rd guy at this point. Snorlax is done. Bring in my Lapras. Now Lapras has to take out Zangoose. Remember, also, Zangoose has close combat, which is super effective against Lapras. Man, Zangoose is such, like, first thing we did after this battle was be like, or these battles, the whole set was like, wow, those were good. And also, like, just recognizing how good Zangoose is. I don't know if I have the dust for it right now, but at some point I'd love to max one for these things. I hope I have a good one. I tend to be a brat and like delete stuff if I don't like it, just like visually sometimes, if it's not meta. But I should make sure I have Zangoose. Okay, thankfully Ice Beam takes a Dragonite, because look how little health I had. If I was even just like a little laggy or a little late at throwing out that Ice Beam, like I'm done. So that was a very good battle. Very close. Whew. For some mysterious reason, I don't know why, I decided to switch out from Giratina to Registeel here. I actually like don't really know what I was thinking. I think I was thinking like, okay, that's better for Regirock, but like not. Yeah, that was just a bad idea. Because now I have 3 things weak to fighting all in the same lineup, and I know he's going to be using Zangoose, so that's kind of risky. Here I was waiting and waiting for him to use a close combat, but he didn't. But it looks like he probably has a ton of energy, so I figure, you know what, why not just use some body slams now. He thought that was a superpower, so hey, that's good. This, I really wasn't sure, but I thought he'd probably do the Night Slash close combat combo. And I was right, just because, like I said, that does so much damage. So now, another body slam. I guess probably I should have saved up a little more and then just like had like a superpower ready for when he does a close combat here, which I was pretty confident he'd do a close combat here. He did. Man, it's crazy how many battles just come to like correctly guessing this kind of thing. Here, wasn't totally sure it was coming because it could be a close combat, and it was, yeah. And it took me out. Oh, God, I was really hoping it wouldn't. I was really hoping I'd have like a little bit of health, but oh well. Oh well. It happens. So bring in Reggie's Steel, which I think might have been the wrong move. Ooh. I see now he's Typhlosion too, which again isn't really the greatest for this team. When I have like Lapras, which I do have Surf, but like he's got Solar Beam there. So okay, switch, hoping to get a bunch of Surf. So attack is coming. I realize I hadn't been counting my Shadow Claws, but I'm like, okay, this is probably a Solar Beam, and if it's not, I don't feel too bad. And if it is, then I feel very, very good. And I was right. So this Surf, I was pretty sure wouldn't totally take him out. That would be kind of crazy. Yeah, see. But hopefully I can get another one before he manages to get to another Solar Beam. He's got a lot of Shadow Claw on his team. It's a good move. So now, Regirock, great, because Regirock has charge moves that I'm weak to. And it's a tank, so Surf really isn't going to help me that much here. And whatever he hits me with here is going to be super effective. So just bracing myself for that. Stone Edge, I do survive, but I'm not going to be able to get to that Surf. Or am I? Oh, see, now he switches. But Zangoose had a move ready. So, rip. Oh boy. And so now all I have left is a Registeel. Registeel, like just, yeah, a Registeel versus an attack boosted Zangoose. Registeel can't farm down. That's its whole thing, is like, you gotta make sure that you can have some other plan for like that last little bit of somebody's HP, because, oh god, yeah, that was bad. So after this battle, I was like, well, he definitely rightfully won that one, and I need to go back to what's familiar. So I do go back to my previous lineup, but then I decided to run Giratina first because I figured he would maybe change things up a little and not do Zangoose first this time. And thankfully I made the right call there. Here I try to go for the Ancient Power, even though Dragon Claw would be baitier, because again, Ancient Power, if he didn't block that because he thought I was trying to bait, would have been more, it'd be super effective and do more damage, and also to be able to get the Ancient Power boost here would be pretty good. It'd make me feel a lot better for the rest of the battle, that's for sure. So he blocks that, no boost for me. Switches to Zangoose, so I switch to Snorlax. I have to make a call here. I decide he's probably doing he's doing the Night Slash close combat combo. So I hold it off and I don't shield. This one, I'm like pretty sure it's going to be the close combat. So I shield. It does. So now his defense is dropped, and I think he's locked in. So this body slam is going to do a lot of damage. Oh, also, yeah, my Snorlax is purified. I think a lot of stuff on my team is like either purified or lucky, just because it's cheaper. As it is, Ultra League draft cost me like 1.2 million Stardust, and that's only because I already had a Registeel maxed and double moved. If I hadn't had that ready, or if I like didn't do that until now or whatever, then that would be like 1.5 million. So I was okay with sacrificing like good PvP IVs if it meant that I could save some dust and have the movesets to like multiple copies of each one. Like I have like 3 Snorlax already, just so I can save TMs. So we're back to Giratina versus Typhlosion, which is pretty good for me, although those Shadow Claws hurt. Here, I was like, okay, I'm going to make a risky call, and I am not going to shield this, because now I have a Lapras and 1 shield, and I have no idea what's going to come, but I hope it's not going to be a disaster. Okay, I was really hoping it would be Dragonite, because I knew how that one would end. Regirock? I guess we're kind of both starting fresh, so if I remembered what like the shield advantage matchup PvP results was, then hey, then that would have been good. But I guess it's more exciting when I don't know that and I'm just living in the moment. Got another Surf ready. Here I can tell he's probably trying to stack 2 Focus Blasts to kind of catch me by surprise. Or 2 Stone Edges, I guess. Yeah, 2 Stone Edge, because each of those is 55. You can, of course, accumulate 110 damage, but he's, yeah, really easily able to make up what's needed right there. Stone Edge, oof. But it doesn't take me out, and I'm able to use a couple more Ice Shards and take him out. Whew. Those were some really intense battles. I hope they were fun to watch. Yeah.